Hello, everybody. My name is Ivan Newthos, and welcome back once again to Gaming in the Spirit. I am your host, as always, Ivan Newthos. Hopefully, this is going to play correctly. Not the issue we have yet to see. Um, we had to update our drivers last time, so our shaders need a whole rewrite apparently, which is unfortunate. But I'd rather the game run smoothly and not have too much jitter, even if it's gonna look so much worse than it normally should. Oh, look at that! Oh no! Oh, it's worse than Minecraft. Oh, it's probably so. For those who are here that are new, this is not what the game traditionally looks like. This is what happens when the game has shaders, which is, just an unfortunate situation. But unless I wanted the stream to start, say, around an hour, that wouldn't. So instead, we will simply let the shaders compile. In the meantime, we're going to do a little talk about our programs. So, when everything finally loads in and the shaders are all nice, this is going to look a million times better. Those who've watched this episode before know this to be true. Wow, it looks so different. There's actually, hold on. Why is there saffron here? Specifically here. Usually there's a lot of tall grass, so I can't see any of this. But for some reason, at 5% shade, and maybe when you like 25%, it's gonna have more grass effects. I'm realizing I can't hear the game, so give me a second here. I need to make sure that okay, now I can hear the game, and that should be something that goes through here as well. If I remember correctly, the device is default, so maybe you were hearing sound, and I just couldn't. We're gonna make sure that that's going to the right thing, though. Cool. All right. So we need to figure out what we're going to be doing with this tavern. I touched base a little bit on the tavern issue last time we played with my friend Rain and my mother Elizabeth. But this time we're going to actually go down there and start looking at what it's going to be to do. Oh my God, not even lighting. Oof. It looks pretty though. There's a lot of really neat looking stuff. I mean, technically, hold up. Is it starting to show? Maybe a little bit. Technically, it still looks rather impressive without shaders. It just looks far better with shaders. So last time we were building down here, our goal was to build a point that we could, if we were down here, all the way down onto the ground, we would be able to hook shot our way up. Which would be nice. For people who are new to Enshrouded, you have a couple different cool things. First, you have a hook shot, or a grappling hook, and you have a glider. And both of these things improve as you play the game. And importantly, the glider, as long as you hit spacebar a second time when you're falling, will prevent you from taking fall damage and help you kind of glide. It doesn't fly, but it can be useful. Secondly is a grappling hook. As long as you see points like that, they usually will be kind of shimmery, and if you get close to them, they'll have an E that you can use. Obviously, it doesn't look quite as cool without the graphics, but needless to say, that's what we're looking to do here. So that was the original intent behind these two things. We were going to have some jumping panels to come up here, with the theory being that if you were a survivor in this world, that looks weird. At least the tower looks normal, but everything else looks so weird, so blocky. Oh my God. The shaders are gonna make this so much better. So sorry. Anyways, what I was originally thinking was taking my pickaxe here and hollowing out a section of this, making it the kind of the main part of the tavern, like registration. You'd come in and you'd talk to the assistant and you get your room. Now, the rooms we were going to set up over here on this wall. We would have a series of kind of like small chambers hollowed out. I'm not sure how big they're going to be, but they're probably going to be, you know, I don't know, maybe only 2 or 3 on each level. But the idea was to hollow out these spaces to create the rooms, so that people could have an adequate amount of space to kind of like put a storage chest in there, a bed, maybe a little table for food. And then out here, we were going to do kind of a manicured garden with seating for food. Putting down some plates, having some things like open sandwiches and fruit bowls on display, because we could do that in Enshrouded, which is cool. And then we would have a staircase, like over here, that would go to the next level. And it would go back and forth. I think I could probably get maybe 2 levels. Maybe I could do like a bridge that would lead over here to the upper part of this, and make that like the presidential suite. Realistically, in a post-apocalyptic world like this, you're not going to be having a whole lot of guests. Like, in reality, you might, but considering how far, according to the game's lore, that we have come. So there's an advertisement right now, so I'm not going to do a whole lot of little that. When they come back, they'll be really surprised about what we're doing. So I need to go collect my building and get started on the next step of this. 30 seconds before the advertisement. Ooh, I got my glow. Looking really better. Everything's a little better as the shaders. 8%. Okay. So we're gonna put all of the tools. I need a hammer. I need the overgrowth tool. Welcome back, people who are watching this from advertisements. Just sorting out my stuff to prepare for the construction project. For those who don't know, these are magic chests. Very, very useful. You have the option of building magic or non-magic chests when you play this game. Non-magic chests obviously require less materials, but they do not automatically have access to them. If you were going to go talk to one of your craftspeople or use one of the tables, unless you have items on your person or in a magic chest, they won't pull them automatically. So for example here, because I have these in a magic chest, I can put one in my inventory, and I can automatically utilize all 859. I'm going to need more yellow blocks. Work best. I think granite is still a solid material to use. I'll have to experiment. And again, with the game slowly loading shaders, it's going to be really interesting to see how it affects the different graphic displays. Like, already there's a massive difference between the shaders being on and the shaders not being on. But I'm curious at how different it's going to be. I wonder if I should use the fired bricks. Like, I'm going to have to use fancy stone. Most of my buildings that I personally built are built from conifer, um, brick timbered blocks, fancy stone, and usually some palm wood, yellow luminescent blocks, and so on. I might have to try out the shell limestone. I've never seen much with it. It'd be interesting to see how well it looks. Then I have bamboo, can't use right now. These are what these are supposed to look like, and they're not going to look like that when you actually sit down. So to show off what I mean, see, I can use all of 849 blocks of this material because I have all the rest of the materials in the chest. Like for an example, this material right here is supposed to be the fancy stone blocks. Now if you look at the fancy stone blocks here, it looks like it has much more of a texture, much more of a gradient. So clearly, this isn't that. That's much more lower resolution. Now it could be, this is possible, that because it's buffering and the performance, extreme performance is on, it won't look as pretty. We have yet to see. Most of my house here is built with sandstone, which I didn't have on here. So it's a mixed sandstone block. I have a nice wooden, is that copper? It's a copper door. It's a copper door. In my little house. Nice stone bed, banners, weapons on the wall. Hey, at least the weapons have nice graphics. The outfit of the king, who I unfortunately had to steal from, my fireplace, the head of a big old monster I killed. Basically, all of this stuff is really, really neat, right? And in many ways, shapes, and forms, this is what I plan on doing with the tavern. The tavern won't have rooms this big, obviously, but it will still have reasonably sized rooms. I also have to include, yeah, this looks so different, a bathroom, including shower, and bath, and toilet. Yes, you can sit on the toilet. I don't think they should, at least they let me go first person mode. First person mode is something you can only access if you're using or holding the construction hammer at the time. How does this look? This looks very different. So, then the graphics are fully engaged. These up here along the wall, this top, is actually like a dangling bit of like really cool design and texture. So a lot of this stuff won't look the same at all until it's finished loading, which is unfortunate, but we can at least set the groundwork for what we want to do down here. And then I can use basic material. Hold up. Before I forget, I should probably make a few more of those. Salt, right? Salt was another block that I wanted to make more. Granite. Make some more granite. What else I want to do down there? Mycelium overgrown blocks might be interesting. I have not actually experimented with them, so I'm not sure how well it would look. I'll have to think about it. And get back to you guys. Let's see. Most of these woods are woods that are just normal. The roof tiles. The granite ornamented roof block? Oh, I need silver for that. That's unfortunate. I didn't see these before. Yeah, I had the shingle. I didn't know this existed. Why would you waste silver? I guess if you have lots of silver, but I haven't seen silver yet. Some resources are only accessible once you go into the shroud in other parts of the game. So let me check something. I want to try to boost. I don't think it will help, but we're gonna see if we can. We can do just balanced. Oh. Oh. Oh, there we go. So, I was correct in thinking that extreme performance makes everything look like garbage. At least maybe until the shaders are compiled. So as you can see, we now have grass. My house, the textures look so much better, so much different. I have creeping ivy and plants, which is something that the overgrowth tool does. It allows you to place that stuff. I wanted to show this off, like, so you can see how the eaves here, they don't just look like that. They actually have like a texture, a shell texture to them. It makes it look a little bit neater when you're looking at a wall like that. Plus, the greenery helps make things more vibrant. Same thing with over here. You can see how the fancy stone looks far more interesting this way than it did before. Same thing with the conifer, and the light blocks, even the water is a little bit splishy splashy. We greatly enjoy all of these different aspects of the game. Graphics are important to an extent. I will make a point. They are important to an extent. Go too far, and it's just eye candy, not as useful. But if it affects so much of the style. I need to put a little bit of stone in there. There we go. Oh, I kind of like how that looks. Yeah, so these little stone. Well, I guess those are wood. These little wood kind of panels only show up if there's a material underneath the panel location. Something to keep in mind. There are some materials that do this frequently. So it's something just to keep in mind. Down here is actually where my stylist lives. Yes, there is a stylist in this game. He doesn't currently have a table, that's too currently to bring it down here. But he's usually meandering out here. He lets you fully alter the appearance of your character. So that's really good. I even made him a salon. So seating, reception area, the different partitions, there, spaces, lighting. And if you've seen this already, I apologize, but at the same time, I really do like going over all of mine. So we're gonna eat another open-faced sandwich here. I need to go kill some more wolves. Apparently, wolf meat is the primary ingredient in those sandwiches. So, as I was showing off before here, you can kind of see now how this looks very different from what it was before. Even the sculpt in the terrain is much different. So we're going to dig our way into here. I have to kind of guess where I want this to be, because you can't. If you go too far, obviously, you're gonna break. I want to keep the natural walls natural looking. I just want there to be enough space in here to provide me. And perhaps I should actually build a floor. Let's see what that looks like. Ooh. I'm gonna need light. I kind of like the patterns on the ground there. That's actually pretty nice. Okay. So we're gonna need some lighting in there. And I think the only way to really do that will be to put in some illumination blocks like this. So we're gonna put those in. Yeah. I'm gonna have to figure. I like the granite. I like the granite flooring. I don't want it to come out. Maybe I can. If I follow this, shouldn't be a problem. But if I go too far, it will stick out, right? So this will be my guidelines now. I can clear a space for the floor. Then, yeah. There we go. Okay. And then I want to create kind of like a dome on the inside as well. I'm sorry. Was there already a space here I was not informed about? Certainly looks like it. That certainly looks like a tunnel. Can I incorporate that? Make like a secret basement? Oh, I see what was going on here. I fell down there at one point, and I was trying to create a tunnel back to the top. So this was my fault. I apologize. I was so confused. Okay. For those that don't know, by the way, I created some homemade pizza to have for today's stream. Pretty simple dough, made quick, so it didn't have the same amount of rising and therefore cell structure that most pizzas do. Most pizza is made from a simple yeast dough that is risen for numerous hours, sometimes even overnight, in your fridge. Specifically in the fridge. And the reason for that is because that gives the yeast time to slowly rise. It's also why you don't put a whole lot of salt in there, because that can impede how the yeast rises, or even sometimes outright prevent it from rising. Okay. I should take this out a little bit. Now, there is a method that I can use instead of the pickaxe, which I've been using because I want it to look a little bit more natural, right? I can actually take the construction hammer here and go down to the terrain section, and I can actually remove sections of terrain by using this tool. The problem with this tool, no matter which shape you go, even this boulder shape, right? It looks more unnatural. By using the pickaxe, on the other hand, you can create kind of a natural gradient because the terrain is designed to form this way. So it's going to look a little better, even if it's not going to be perfect. Okay. So I think this is pretty good. It's almost going to be like a Hobbit house, if I'm being honest. But again, this is going to be reception. This is going to be hotel's reception. You don't want to do anything too crazy. But I want it to have enough height that when you walk in, you don't feel claustrophobic. Which also means I have to figure out kind of sort of how I want to fit around the door. Because there are round doors and round door frames, and I want to include them, but I need to figure out exactly where this is going to sit exactly. And I think I don't need to use snapping, so that's nice. I can remove the snapping feature right now. So, hold up. That's a problem. If I do that, that's more than a single step. That would be about correct with the round door in. I'll have to figure out how the door is going to go in. I think the door is going to go in like this, right? That's how the door is going to go in. So I'll have to figure something out from there. I want the stone to kind of overlap, but I don't want it to look too unnatural at the same time. I can make it slightly wider. No, I need double wide doors for that. That wouldn't make much sense. Okay, so we have this in here. Now when you first walk in, generally you have a waiting room. So we'll create so that's gonna be the walls. This will be the natural stone. Maybe we'll have some benches. When you walk in. Yeah, I like the idea of having like the corner benches again. So we'll do some corner benches here. We'll walk in. Oh, there's my glowing block. 25%. Okay. In most hotels, right? In most hotels, you have like a seating, you know, like a fireplace. Then your reception is right over here. Maybe you'll have a bar, stairs. I think we'll do the fireplace. These are just placeholders. For anyone who's like, what are you doing? These are placeholders. I'm doing this strategically to kind of get a general feel. Oops, not that. Not that. A general feel for how I want this to look. I actually really kind of like even the sides of that look nice. Neat. Okay, so fireplace, some seating, maybe expand the seating a bit more that direction. Let's go here. Snapping is actually probably a smart idea here. And then I can go back to my pickaxe. And get this cleared out. Honestly, again, I could use the bigger tool, but what's the point? I'm going to get the materials out of the way. And this at least lets me have a more natural. I need to put down another single block of illumination. We need to be able to see what we're doing, folks. Otherwise, there's no point. Okay. That's about right. Okay. Like that. Right. Height-wise, I can get the height to be whatever, right? The height to be whatever. So I'm looking at, like, the rest of the room's footage, square footage. I'm wondering if it's going to be enough to include reception and fire. I don't want a bar. It's not going to have a bar here. I mean, I want to put a little stage. I want to do a little stage over here in the corner, I think, for the bard. Because the ideal is to have Valerie, who's the bard, to come play in the tavern. And there'll be a little stage in here. So we'll have a little stage in here for private events or something, just because. And then out here, we will do a larger stage, probably over the edge here. Have it connect to the garden. And little pagoda or something, and then have the bard be able to play outside. But for now, I want to put a little stage in here to kind of show like where the bard starts. Most taverns would have a larder as well. I don't know if I want to go so far. In our previous town, the town of First Flame, we did a whole underground section. It was kind of like the storehouse / speakeasy. But this town isn't like that one. This town doesn't have that same kind of almost like prohibition kind of vibe to it, like Wild West prohibition vibe to it. So I think that won't be necessary. I don't like how that looks. I could also probably put these up in the rock, maybe? Have them dangle instead of being down here? Yeah, I kind of actually... Hold up now. Like how that yeah, I kind of like how that looked. That's okay. Okay, I'm happy with that. Okay, so then we were gonna do like maybe break room over here. Reception. Reception here. Okay, yeah, this would work. So then reception over here. We can clear out a little bit more space here. Actually, I should. Well, no. We'll just pickaxe this for now. I don't think we'll reach the edge of this place right yet. I wanted to make a little bit of a space, at the very least. Okay, then I can go back to the hammer, go back to the granite blocks, go back to the floor, do that. Go to the single points, and go in here. But I don't like it being that close. Can I just need like a block. Wait, hold up. Sorry, I'm being dumb. So you can do that, right? You can do that. So then I should be able to go back to here and put the glow in. How does that? Yeah, no, that actually works. Okay, good. Keep that. Put this in place. Pickaxe. A little bit more here. And maybe make. I would say I'm a generous employer, especially at the end of the world. So I'm gonna give them a little break room with a bed and bath. So they can get they can rest, get themselves cleaned up, customers and stuff like that. That way we don't have to worry about, people having moods and tubes and everything else. I think that's a smart and very nice thing to do for your employees. Make sure that they actually they're gonna have a natural little window. I can put a stick thing in there. Alright, so yeah. We'll go back here, go first person, go there. Not those. You'll hear some stuff in the background, don't worry about that. It's just Avalon Wisdom just got back, and she is going to be I'm sure. I need to make more blocks. I should actually just bite the bullet, build a workbench now. Then I don't have to go all the way up there to do this. Put the workbench out here. So when you play this game, I did. So when you play this game, something you'll find out is as long as you have the space in your altar range, you can build anything in magic boxes, which is great. But not only that, but your range extends both above and below your altar, however many blocks it goes. Hello there, Zoe Martin 642. Nice to see you here. Hope you get to enjoy listening to the wonders of, well, what I'm doing. I have to go back up though and go to sleep because one of the nice things, just like Minecraft, sleeping in a bed will accelerate the time of the day. But it'll do more than that. Oh, so much better. I love the lighting. Everything at night just looks prettier at night. Oh. Flame going and illumination of the building. Oh, anyway, just sleep. But yeah, so when you're built, a lot of people forget that these altars go up and down as well as out. And it's important because it's a cube. If you want to build sewers under your town, you can. And it can be really neat, especially if you can line it up with naturally occurring structures underground like the Shroud. And as you noticed, while I slept there, time accelerated forward, but it didn't just go black and fade in. No, time actually accelerates. This affects not just you, the player, but also... Sorry, I get distracted. These are your work tables. They will do stuff over a period of time, providing they have the resources to do that thing, like producing tar, or charcoal, or wood ash. All of these are useful. All these are very, very useful. But the reason why I point this out is because not only is it useful, not only is it useful, but as the time accelerates at nighttime, these minutes will be shredded down. I think. I'm pretty sure it's still happening that way. I could be wrong. But yeah, so I'm gonna go down here, go back to what I was doing. I don't have any overgrowth materials, I realize, but that shouldn't be a problem. Now, if you notice, things look so much neater. They don't look like weird, strange, giant blocks out in the middle of nowhere. They actually look like structures, which is good. Now over here, going back to our stuff, we're also at 37% complete, so that's also good. I need more granite blocks. And then I'm gonna take a small break from a bunch of stuff. I'm gonna eat some little pizza, because there is an advertisement once again. They happen frequently, because otherwise, apparently you don't get advertisement revenue. I apologize for anyone who comes for watching my videos to listen to talk and babble, and the building ASMR, not the eating and chewing ASMR. If you're into that, great. If not, skip forward about 30 seconds. And just like that, we're back. Now, what I was doing before, I feel like I'm probably going to have to straighten this up a little bit, but that should be fine. But this space... is that going to stick out? I feel like it's going to. I have to go outside and look. I have to go outside and look around the outside of this and see if it's sticking out weird. Oh, it is. I was afraid of that. Okay, so there is a method to resolve this. This requires you to be real careful and precise. Now, I can, in theory, produce some floating panels. I don't really need to worry about them connecting to anything or snapping to anything. I can just go like that. There we go. That. And now I can go here, go back to these, and I can remove, once again, more of these blocks. I don't want them to be showing up. It's unfortunate they're going to. I will have to do... The heck was that? I'll have to use my terrain tool to try to guide the stone back over this section. I think it's doable. I don't think it will look too bad when I get done, but it's always a risk, right? When you have something that's going to stand out like this. That's maybe not what I want to do, but okay. go back to terrain. I can cover it up, I think? It's a step-by-step, friends. I actually recently learned about the individual ones. It makes things so much easier. Best you just try to cover up a couple things. Not trying to hide an entire building. That's a little harder. Okay, I think that's fine. I think that works. Now, the cool thing is, since these panels were created... Oh. No, thank you. And once again, I want to make a point that my stream is someplace I prefer not to have people message or comment in my stream chat about graphics. It's cool that you do graphics, but if you are in my channel and you are talking on, you know, my streams, I prefer if you keep them relevant to the stream itself. If I see another thing commenting about graphics, I will unfortunately have to ban you. If people, for the future, if you're watching this, if you're watching it now, watching it later, you're hovering, waiting, if you have something to offer for product, don't do it in my stream chat. It's a little grating. Do it in a DM, privately. I will get to you. If you're a legitimate seller, cool, maybe I will. A lot of graphics I've used on my own channel, I've done myself. Probably obvious, but you know, I like them. I think they look neat, and I think it has a personal touch that I have worked hard on my own graphics. Now, where was I? Oh, right. Coming in here, double checking that I didn't screw anything up in here. I have not. Excellent. So, oh, that. There we go. And then I need to heighten the ceiling a little bit here, so it doesn't feel too claustrophobic. Right. Hi there, Mr. Glow. Forgot that I left you up there in the ceiling. That's what happens when you... What happens when you do all the work. Okay. Alright. I need to remove that block. And if you put single blocks down, something I will point out, if you do put single blocks down like this, they aren't just removable as a group. You have to remove them individually. We want to put this... Take individual blocks, make this kind of a... Ooh, that's weird. And then put... There we go. Now it looks a lot like a little bit of a ceiling light again. I like that. Okay. So yeah, we're going to be putting in a window over here. I'll put a bed and probably a wash basin, maybe some shelves or furniture. I want this to look nice for my workers. I will probably have to do a trim, a low trim around the wall, around this space here. It will go into the stone, but I think it will look nice. I have the granite, so let's try the conifer. See how the conifer... Yeah, I think the conifer looks fine. Hold it now. Hold it now. Hold it now. There we go. Sort of. I kind of want to have it... There we go. I want to have it like that. I want it to look like it's something that I put into the wall section. Same thing with this. I want that to be there. This is clearly part of the stone. This is like clearly a separation of the stonework. Oh, not what I want there. But then put it there. Maybe one further. Yeah, that works. That works. That one there. there, up there. There we go. Ooh, there's my blue boxer back. There we go. I can luckily, one of the nice things about this, as I said before, you can just kind of remove things as you need to, which is really handy. The tools are fairly, intuitive and comfortable about changing themselves a little bit here and there, so you don't have to worry too much. Like, look, this is really nice. I think I'll extend the back part of this though a little bit. So it has a little bit more of, I don't know, a flair and a vibe. Then I can do back to the conifer wood, do the individual marks. I need to get on this other side somehow. I think I can. I think if I want to, I'm going to have to remove the stone. I need to get there. Then that will look like it kind of naturally goes into the rock. And then I can do this, it comes out. Stone, I'll remove the granite. And do 3, and then the wood. Keep that there, then I can remove the stone. Like now. I'm kind of trying to think about here. I think too high. Your character is roughly, yep. See, nope, they're gonna get banned. I warned them. Warned people. You warn people about not coming in and doing work stuff during a gaming stream. People, if you see stuff like that, especially if you're a streamer, know that that's probably just a scam, or at least someone who is using advertisement services. Do not let them do that. Make sure to ban them. Now, I need more conifer wood blocks. Now, something I will point out, as I've pointed out many other times, my stream, I sometimes will play off-stream in this game world, specifically to go and harvest resources. I don't like being in a situation where I'm like, oh, I have 10 blocks left, and I need to make more, but I can't. So, if you're wondering how I have all these resources, it's because I usually run around and chop down trees and mine metals and refine them, all while doing, all while off stream to some degree, because I'm not sure how many times people like to listen to that. So we're gonna do maybe this. Yeah, I kind of like that. And then let's how do we find it? See how that goes. Countertop is good. And then should we do? No. No, that doesn't look right. How about the shell? Ooh, that looks kind of neat, actually. Yeah, I like how that blends in. I think that blends in real nice with the counter. Okay. By the way, Avalon, never, ever put your settings down to extremely low. Because apparently, it makes everything look like Minecraft's slightly better cousin. Alright. I think I'm actually going to remove these two and replace them with this. So it can, oh, well, hold up now. Wait a minute. Now that's sticking out. Is that due to this? It is due to that. Okay. So it's due to that. So I should replace that with just more granite. Make that a countertop with some wood pillars on the side. And the bottom piece that kind of looks a bit like... I think that looks nice. Unless maybe Fancy Stone has something different for me. Oop. No. Shell limestone? Oh, most certainly not. I mean, it looks okay, right? Because we are in a cave. But most certainly not. Maybe I should put some illumination. Yeah. Take those out, put some illumination in, and then go back to the half-tempered shell. Yeah, I think that looks real nice. I like that. Okay, so there's my reception desk. It's gonna look real nice. We'll put a chair behind there. We'll block off this a little bit taller, and then maybe make it kind of like angle backwards. So no, that is not where that's supposed to go. That's also where that's supposed to go. Why is this not working? Usually it works great. Apparently this stuff in particular is fun. Okay, so this needs to go up there. This one, oh, no. This one needs to go taller? Come on. Come on. There it goes. Then I have at least 2 more. Okay. There we go. No. Also, not quite. Oh boy, okay. This. Oh. Oh. Okay. I mean, it's not the worst thing in the world. It works. As long as it doesn't shoot out the side. Hold up a minute. We're good. Okay. Woo! I was worried about that for half a moment. So I think I'll take this one. And I will put it up here. On top of this. That looks like where it should be. Then we have the 2 down there. We'll replace these here with benches, fireplace. We'll have a fireplace, obviously. So we'll probably take this one and put 2 above the fireplace. Oh, no. There we go. 2 above the fireplace there. And we wanted to create a little stage for the performance. So it needs to be something that has a decent look to it. No. I guess we could just do the granite. Do the luminescent block. And then maybe do a wood floor? Yeah, that works. I can put like some carpets there, and it will be just about right. Oh, there we go. Now we have a little stage. Saw. I can remove this glow lamp. I can put something over here, I suppose. Do a fancy stone. This fancy stone will look right. As long as it's made into kind of like a little pillar, right? It will look pretty good. There, and then I can take this one out, put the glow in, and then it kind of has that look. Yeah, I like it. I do need to put in a trim as well, over there, maybe I should put, no, these are going to be removed, these are going to be replaced eventually. I was using the conifer, so I'm going to use the conifer again here. It doesn't have to be super impressive, it just has to be clear sign, there's something different. I am. If you want to join, should we do? I think we should do a voice chat so that people can hear you. So that doesn't just sound like I'm talking to myself, which I mean, kind of am, but not really. There we go. Terrain. It's gonna have to go right between here. This is a bit. This has to be. There, it's a little better. Not perfect, but what can you do? Isn't it nice? This is the granite floor. Yes. I agree. I thought it was very interesting. I just like how everything kind of turned. Your daggers are very bright here. Lights up the room really nicely. Maybe I should replace one thing in the ceiling with a white luminescent block. Because you are definitely running on the luminescent of white. I only have blue. I'll come back to this later. Yeah, so this is the reception. Over there is going to be. Over here is going to be the. This is going to be the workers' break room. It's going to have a bed, a wash space, probably a bath, probably a little bathroom, toilet. This is going to be the tavern. This is going to be the tavern's reception. So this is going to be where the bard is primarily. And maybe a couple of our non-crafter NPCs. These are going to these holes I made over here, and I'm going to make a second set above them eventually, are going to be the entrances to the rooms for the tavern. 3 on each level, at least 6, and then we'll have a rope. They'll have a bridge going across over to here, where there'll be like a presidential suite that would be above the tavern. Out here where we're wandering around right now, I plan on putting in like a curated garden, which is something that maybe you should put together. And I want to have like a little like Overwatch, little viewport here where we could put another stage for the bar. So then this will be kind of like where everyone eats. There might be a little kitchen area or something over here that will drill into the wall and create like a larder and stuff. That's kind of the idea I had for this place, though. Whee! Say something, Mother Bear? Okay, so yeah, they cannot hear you, which is unfortunate. We'll have to get into like a Discord call or something, I guess. I just don't want it to echo back. I think mine is good too. I agree. I guess they hear part of what you're saying. I think for this stream we'll just call it good. If you guys can hear, that's great. If not, unfortunate. I'll try to kind of relay more about what happens on that. No, that's okay. That's just gonna be there. Oh, bad things happened. Okay, there we go. Ooh, bad things happened for a second. Alright, so... I need some furniture to kind of start decorating the place. First and foremost, I'm going to need bed, fireplace, some window frames. Chests will come later, and I think just the basic wooden chests would be fine for the rooms. I think using the stone stuff is probably our best bet. Stone lavatory, stone sink, stone shower. I mean, I don't want to have to, but at the same time, it really fits the aesthetic, don't you think? We'll do a stone bed in the back there. We will do 1, 2, 3, 4 stone benches for the lobby space. And I wish I could do the salon stool, but I need violet fabric for that. Yes, we do. Yes, I'll actually just take the rustic chair. I can use that for the bards area. Let's do the brick fireplace. A lot of these lamps would be great if we just had the silver and the steel for them, but we don't. Lighting we already have covered technically by luminescent blocks. I think we'll do the firefly. What?
I can't harvest bananas because
X.
what is there? Ah.
Oh, I guess you can just harvest. Harvest? You don't. Wait, hold on. You don't need to chop down the trees? Oh. Jump, jump, roll. There you go. Yeah, okay. Tables, on the other hand. I don't know if we can have a table on the place. Oh, that's neat. So they regrow. Oh, that's cool. I don't know if we can do... I guess we do one stone side table, perhaps. And then a couple just regular wooden chairs. Do some carved or polished wooden chairs. And then... I think we have all we need for that for right just now. I wonder how big this would be, because this would be kind of cool to have display. We'll do that. Decorative cupboards, we don't need any of those right now. The shelves would be nice to have in there. We'll bring one of those. Here is the round doors I was referring to. So we can get an iron adorned round door. We also need the carved... Hold up. Do we? Do we? Do we? No. No, we do not. Okay. Cool. So talking to him again. We got a door. We don't need any fences right now, or any of the secret door stuff, though they are cool. We do need the window frames, though, and I was going to go for a round stone. Do I want the rustic stone? I only have the one steel. So we'll do the rustic stone. And then we'll head down and we'll drop all this stuff off and try to accurately place it. Hold up. Before I do, I should probably grab some other additives. So, oh, the bard is in the ground. Okay. So, decorative. There's some books. I guess she doesn't have a whole lot of decorative stuff. The bard, on the other hand, has quite a few decorative things, including larger backpacks and stuff. Paintings. If we get some scrappy swords and stuff, we can make some wall emblems, which are kind of cool looking. I believe most of the banners are really big. Like, really, really big. guess I could try one ornate wall banner. Ooh, one ornate wall banner. And then maybe a painting? A still life. That works. Okay. But I wanted carpets. And carpets are something... Actually, Lemai, what do you have for decorative stuff? Dividers, cool-looking door, and statues. Okay, so... You? I think you just have the scary-looking stuff. Yeah, you have the spooky stuff, which is fine, but I need you. You, my good madam, have what I need. In this case, I don't have purple yet. That's pretty much. What I need is comfort. We want some of these round carpets. I don't have enough fabric. Oh no. I think we'll do a brawler trip. Well, I think that will look cool. And the scavenger mage. That's fine. Okay. Who else do I need to talk to? Anyone else? I don't think so. The farmer I might have to talk to in a bit, but we'll get to that later. Running. Oh, hold on a minute. Okay, just someone mentioning how they like books. Okay. Wait, 69% compiled shaders. Oh, I need to get some ceiling tiles. That's what I was thinking. I need to get some ceiling tiles. Okay. So we want to remove these. I think the fireplace is fine to have where it is. The door is gonna be a tricky thing. It's rather large, honestly, looking at it this way. I want to have some. I want to have some interesting effects, but it needs to be a little wider than this. So, hold up. So this is actually gonna have to. I'm gonna have to remove this a little further. Oh boy. Maybe it'll work. Probably not. Not the way I would like. I'm gonna have to remove the door and replace it. But at the very least, yay! I have my box back again. At the very least, this will give me a good handle on where roughly I need to have from, which is a plus. Okay, hold on. I don't really want to show the frame so much. I just want to show the roundness of the door. And that's the frame. So I can actually put this back in place. Yeah, okay. Okay. So I can remove, hold up. Pick that up. I can remove that, and that. And a little bit of these on the inside. I think that will be about right. Then I can go out and I can reposition this. Heck yeah. How's that? Oh, yes! Yes! I have done it! It's not perfect, but what is, after all? We'll just kind of fluff that space. Ooh. Hold up. Yeah, there we go. Fluff the space out a little bit. Ow. Hold up. No. Okay, that's the one spot that's gonna look a little weird. I can work with that. I prefer. No, I mean, it looks okay, right? It looks okay. It's not the end of the world if it looks a little weird. Could put something on the outside. A little bit more. Like, definitely like someone worked it. I think. Looks cool though. I think it looks a lot more natural than it did. That's the positive. Don't like that. Get rid of it. Yeah, I think that looks nice. I think that looks far better than when we started, and that's the key point here. Make sure that's there. That's weird that it's doing that, but I'll work. Okay. I can put something here to create an effect of a ramp. I mean, technically I could just be real careful and do that. And then, oh, hold up. And then I can use the rake. Okay, apparently that just destroys everything. Because I cannot, unfortunately, see how my rake is rotated. 23%. Oh, nope, that's all bad. Can I reverse that? I can reverse that one slot. Okay. Apparently I can reverse all of it. Okay. Hold up. We're gonna return that to 0. And flatten this one out. I don't like that. I need to go Q down a couple, R up a very small amount. I actually need to do like really, really small rotation. And then I need to scale it down by a significant margin. Will this do it? No. Why won't that do it? Maybe a little bit more? Yeah, there we go. And then I actually shouldn't Q minus, I should just Q 0. That kind of works. Maybe another 5%. No, that's too much. It's too much. Okay. So that's probably the only thing we can do there. Back to 0, make that all flat. So, cool. Alright. So, yeah, that's a really tricky thing to do, but I managed to get it working. Sort of. The round door is round, it is in there, it's functional, we're happy. Okay. Maybe not happy, because now I can see light through that space. Whoa. But not that. Okay, well, I guess that's how it's gonna look. It's not how I like it. It's okay. We can survive it, everybody. We can survive it. Okay, so for now, we're gonna put the stone sink in here. This is the sink. shower. Right next door, maybe? No, no, no. Shower's gonna go over. I might have to do something up there. So I can put this in. There we go. That works. Toilets. I'm not sure about hygiene standards in this world, but I'm gonna put the toilet like right here. I plan on putting a door here, so don't worry about that. There will be a door for privacy. But I can only do so much right now. I eventually plan on... I didn't grab bed! Oh, I did grab bed. It's in another section. Okay. Why is there no free space? Free space? Oh, I think it's because of... I think it's because of... that. I think that prevented. There. I think that will fix that. It does. Good. Okay. To some degree, at least. There. We have that. It's not the prettiest, I admit. Again, I plan on probably doing a little bit of a dig this way and putting at least the toilet over there. We're just putting stuff in place. Nice little wooden benches or stone benches that go in their locations. Theoretically, could probably do the same with this one. Moving it more in. Match. That. Be in the corner. Yeah, that looks good. This rustic chair here. Chair! Please tell me. No, it's gone now. I destroyed the chair. I'm so bummed, actually, now. I could take it. I should lower it a bit. I should lower that a bit. Okay, so we're going to put it in here. We're going to move it down. There we go. There we go. I like that. Okay. No, hold up. Okay. Banner, carpet, head, painting. We have a lot of decorations to go. Oh, we should probably have the fireplace in first, so I know how that's going to situate. Oh, I like how that merged in. That's very nice. Okay, so carpet. Why is it? Oh, right. Cube. Okay. Come listen, I'll sing you a beautiful Helen. I think I can put this there. Yeah, it looks good there. It looks good there. Okay. Okay. The matrons. Also looks good. Okay, I'm actually really happy about that. Where would this fit? Like, honestly, that actually is a good place. Oh, yeah, yeah, okay. And then, you want to put that up there. A little confused in the wall. Try that again. There we go. That looks better. More natural. There. Oops, out. There. The banner, and then the chairs. Okay. I'm not sure how I want to situate this. This is just kind of a tight space. I think I'll just put this in here. And I'll come back to these later. This... Oh, that actually works real nice. Okay, so if this works the way I would like it to... Hold up now. I mean, it kind of free floats, right? It kind of free floats, but I think it still looks pretty well. I think maybe I should rotate it a bit. If I can hold up. There we go. Rotate. I don't have the ability to rotate it forward or back, just up or down, it looks like, which is a bit of a PV moment. I guess if I did this and then move it back. Really don't like it. Hey, it's fine. It adds some decor, I suppose. I was just kind of hoping to put it on, like, something over here. Maybe I'll have to build some, like, build a thing, a single block, and use that as the anchor point. I'm just gonna have to put a braceless chair here. Let's... Oh, a table. I got a table off over here, and it could be like storing the instruments or things like that. Yeah. Okay. All right. So I think the tavern room looks a lot more comfortable and welcome. I have to resolve a door here. I'll do a simple door here, not a round door. I have to build more of a break room, a bathroom over there at least, or a toilet room over there. So let's start with that. We'll pick these guys back up. Okay. Alright, so we're gonna need to... four. And then... boom. So what are you up to, my dear? Let's hopefully make this work. Pickaxe. Uh-oh. Well, we now know the musician will hear the wonderful sounds of running water. Oh, we're real close to the edge there. Okay, so this bathroom is going to have to be, like, expanding the pillars slightly in order for us to actually get the break space that we want to have for our residents. I wouldn't say unfortunate, just a little bit unpleasant for anyone else. So we're going to make sure the sink, the shower has clearance. That's the most important thing, right? The important thing is the shower has clearance. I think we'll put the shower on this wall. It will meet. We will put the toilet kind of kitty opposite of this area of this. There. And the sink. Now, with this, you're going to have to do some refitting to ensure this looks natural, but also that we don't have to worry about people peeking in our employees when they're taking their baths. That might be good for other places, it is not good for our place of business. It appears to be raining outside as well, so... And when I say outside, I do not mean outside in our game, but actually outside in the light, which is kind of cool. Okay, so this popped out over here. Oh, shoot. So that's going to have to be resolved as well. An annoyance to resolve, but at least I can see that it needs to be resolved. There, spot there, spot there, spot there, spot there, and a spot there. Trying to get these dark spaces all filled in too, because they kind of look weird. Okay. Okay, so with that, tag thing looks so bad. Okay. I mean, to be fair, it goes either way. Yeah, we need to have... The bed is fine. I think we can probably move it around a little bit. Maybe another pickaxe. Job there. So I can put the bed here. No, it's not a free space. It will let me go straight into the wall so long as the height clearance is okay. So the bed has to have the height clearance. Okay. We'll put the bed right there then. We'll put in some basic terrain. But I gotta get close here. There we go. There we go. Cool. Cool, cool. Awesome. I do need a light in that room. Ah. We need a light in this room. So Glow. I like it. Okay, so I just need to make something of a door here. Otherwise, it's going to be a little awkward. Not necessarily for the guests, but for my workers. And my workers don't need to have more awkward situations. They already live in a post-apocalyptic world. They need peace, quiet, happiness. Okay, so I have this finished. I can get the sheet with shells that display on there. You vanish. I don't know what happened. Oh, you're up. How are you down here just to happen? Why is there fertile farm soil down here? Oh, you're creating the garden. Oh, gotcha. I was so confused. I was like, what? You were here and then you were gone.
I think
Yep. We're almost completed with our compiling of the shaders. Not, I mean, stone is good. We like stone. If you could get flintstone, that would probably be ideal. Because it looks fairly... Well, that or the shell limestone, either or those. No, I think the flintstone's probably the best for that. Now I need, I'll need to make some stone paths. You could just use the hook shots spaces. They go all the way down. They do. They do. Okay, so I need... Valerie is going to come down and try to go into there. I need to create a road path that leads to the tavern from the platform. Maybe I should shrink the platform up so it's just a small bit. And then, otherwise natural grasses, maybe some gardens there too. That'd be nice. Ideally, creating almost like a waterfall feature, so water that comes down cascades into each layer. That'd be really neat, actually. That'd be really cool. I wouldn't actually need to do too much to get there, because now that I have a lot of things already in place for it. I needed to figure out what I was going to do. I have all these. That's the idea we'll be eventually building. We can use terrain to do that too. I'm not 100% sure what all. Oh, I need a door. I need a door from the carpenter for the workers. And then I can get started, I guess, moving on the next room. Oh, that's not...
Hey! Did you break something?
I've been around for long, kid. Nothing much scares me anymore, and the collector is no different. A strong ally, no matter their secrets. All that talk about the veil, about life and death. Then they bring someone back from beyond. I'd penny price. You wouldn't have to, Oswald. I have your daughter. I just haven't revived her yet. So you, good sir, I need a door from you. Where's the door? They scoot straight past me? There they are. I need... It would be nice to have a nice stone door, but I don't have the bronze for it, apparently. So let's make some bronze. I just made a bunch of tin, I think. Yes. should be able to make some bronze, yes? Yes, I can make bronze. I need to wait for that. So I'll have to just go start making... You should do some overgrowth on this stone arch of yours. It would make it look a little bit more realistic with all the greenery you have around it. I need a little room for everybody. In this game, you will have access to a variety of things when it comes to people. You can save them from a variety of situations, and it's always interesting. Oh, hold up. Move that one can stay... Oh, there's shroud spores down there. Yeah. So this allows us to hook shot up here. I'm going to need... Not quite centered. I can fix that later. I'm gonna go to sleep real quick and speed up some of the nighttime. Because there's a bed down here. Oh, really? It's not that bright? It's fine. I guess in many ways it doesn't have to be that bright because after all we are... This is company time. And it should be during the day. Wow, the comfort level is 62 right here. Alright, a few more seconds here, just take a more bite. Alright, and we are back just like that. Back like these. So, one of the nice things about this game, unlike Minecraft, if one person goes to sleep in Minecraft, any other players in your game will be told, hey, you should go to sleep. But you don't have to. I would bring the wall one block shorter, Mom, for the surrounding. At minimum. Yeah, one less block tall. I'm stuck. No. Hold up. Hold up. Why am I just considered falling? Yeah. Got it. Okay. Get out. Okay. So it's time to go into these little rooms. No. I was just going over here. I was going to attempt to rebuild this. Pick that up. Move that. And I'll do a granite point. Maybe a bar? Yeah. Right there. And then we'll put this directly on the middle. Cool. We'll do this so that we can make this space to look more pleasant. I'm gonna put road here. Maybe a little like octagon or hexagonal platform, and then a road going off this way, and a small road that goes over here with a step to get up to there. Okay. We have our mission. wrong thing. Go down a whole nother level. Like, that's not going to be all down. That's fine. If we bring it down close enough, this is going to look. This is going to be pretty significant here. I'll push this up next. That will work. We did the 3 so far. I think we'll do one more to make it look like. So 1, 2, 3, 4. Oh, I don't want to do that. Go. Okay. Perfect. And then we go back to. Hold up. Then we do in the corner, and the contour. That would be a smart idea. Maybe I should actually do this one. These out. Kind of still form a pretty little design. Yeah, okay. And then we'll do the start. Yellow, and that will go into 2 branching paths. One that will go over here, little stairs, and one over here will go over there. Good. Should actually probably make that more square. Something that surrounds it. It's going to look not fancy. Shell limestone. No. Can I not have the pine? So I think these will just be like the normal. I mean, it's gonna look like brick. That won't be terrible. There we go. Okay, it's not bad. It's not terrible. So I can use this. Not what I want to do. There we go. Okay, so then we go back, get our rake out again, and then we want to Ooh, nope. Q to 0. And let that mesh. I want that to kind of like mesh. Oh, I grabbed this one. Then we can go back. Oh, that's way bigger than I thought it was. Okay. There we go. So this space is going to have to be filled. And the best way to do that look a little weird. We'll have to do some more gardening work, but it should be fun. Ah. Oh, there we go. Look at all the random little stuff colors and things. It's great. Oh, hello. Not what I expected. Okay. Now we can go back to the grate. And we can do this, which should in theory make little burrows. Yes. Right. I hope for, but hey. Then we go back to here, go back to terrain. That removed, that removed, that removed. Random block there. Back to this. Oh, what? It's supposed to go over. There we go. Cool. Alright, so we're gonna have a path block. This is gonna have to be stairs. I was originally using conifer. And I might as well use the ground. Back to this, back to the single block. Those corner. Not what I wanted. Path will lead over there. Break. Oh, right. Now that we're there. Cool. There we go. Now I need the road block. Actually, I should probably finish building this one. This should be fancy stone? Fancy stone. And I think I need this. almost. There we go. Same thing. This side. Go. Oh, hold up. Perfect. 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 Perfect alignment. Good. Do that. That looks fine. And we want to do fancy stone again. Hold up. This way though. Perfect. Oh, worked out great. Now we do one stone column. Yeah. Yeah. From a distance, it will look great. I just need to put in some ivy now touches, and it will look perfect. All right. Oh, that didn't work out super well. You need more blocks of some kind, Mom? I don't know why I can't all this way up. Makes sense. I just wanted to create a smooth stone road. Limestone? I think limestone road probably fits the terrain. Can make fertile terrain. I didn't have to come all the way up with this. I just wanted to. What are you doing? Mother? Why did you make all of this the flintstone? I did, yes. I did.
I asked, you said
I think this is a bit narrow, the space to walk between. I'm gonna have to. That's not what I wanted. That's what I wanted. They need to be at least a path wide enough to. Oh. Shoot. I am not doing things well today. Okay, there's a flintstone. It needs to be a wide enough path that people don't have to feel claustrophobic getting out of their doors. Granted, these are NPCs, but still, I like to have some level of professional pride. Look, I even did it without having to use any additional flintstone. I am a genius! Okay. Usually there's a bunch of stone blocks for the foundation. That's true. They are pretty bad about that. Okay, well now that we have that all resolved, I do believe we need to make some terrain lines. Yes. So. What? I'm not losing my mind. That's like that. actually. Hold up a minute. What? Okay, hold on. Maybe if we do it this way. Okay, now we do the limestone block, road block. This seems like a very large amount of space to road. I have to go one wider? Seems to be moving everything up. I don't want to move everything up. I just want to have the road blocks going where I want them to go. And I want... maybe I should outline them with something. Like a path. And that's clearly on the road, right? That's clearly a path. Let's do Kansas snow. Shovel. Yeah, that works. Shell lime's actually really good. Obviously, we're not going to follow the path as directly, but we are rebels. But that would be a normal walking path, right? Yeah. Nope. Corner thing. Just do. No, not these lights. Like candles, or maybe those firefly lanterns, I think would be fine. Okay, so I'm gonna need to remove a fairly decent section of frame. Okay. So we are going to, this is something that requires one? Wow. There, okay, so we can do, now we can do this. Oh, hold up. And we should actually probably do this so we can make sure we're doing cell limestone correctly. Nope. Yeah, I like it. There. there. This is gonna go in further. Yeah. And then there. Ah. I needed this to be a slightly less steep. Oop, too much. There we go. Guess that actually tracks. That was there. Okay, then this will be. Lot more than it should be. There we go. A little bit more angled. Yeah, that's a little better. A little better. Ah. Oh, that. This. Put that back. No, that's fine the way it was. Now this goes here. Cool. Okay. And I'm gonna go back on this. Oh, I might have missed a couple pieces. Sorry. Thought I had it right. To be fair, in my defense, like I said, people needed to be able to get out of their rooms. Let me see if I can make some more flintstone blocks. I don't think we can. I think we're running low on flintstone. We do have some more flintstone. You can make 6 more flintstone blocks, so 600 more. I would make. Yeah, it's magic chest. It's right over here. No, I didn't make them. Go craft them. Sorry, you have to do some work. Not what I wanted to do. And then we go and we do this. I want to know how that's not wood. Randomly saying, no thank you, I don't need a road there. Excuse me, I want a road there. Okay. So I should be able to do this. I should flatten this out a little bit. Down. this. Let's go back to limestone. That up. Put that. Then I can do back to here. Go. Oh. Had it. Just kind of do this off. There we go. I won't be doing as much jigger-jaggering, but hey, it works. Alright, so I need post at the end, like so. This could do more flint right there. Also the thing there. So that could be there. This is the road, so we'll be able to walk a little faster along. Put that there. Put that there, and that there. Cool. Okay, I can do candles with some of the lanterns in this case. I think that will work fine. The random strip of terrain there. Remove that. Although we do kind of need more blocks on the other side of this thing. Otherwise, it's gonna be a weird thing. Nope, that's not where that needs to be. That's where that needs to be. That. There. Same here. This. I wanted to move that, but I wanted to add the lines there. There. That can't be just a space there. Yes, it is. Alright, and then I want to put in then we can put this back there. And then we can put the door back in. much nicer. I just need to get a sign that says tavern. I believe, I don't know, but I believe the blacksmith has them. This is a little light. Goes over the door. Huzzah. Alright, I'm just gonna put this chair right here. This is the chair for when we get have to sit back in the barrel or stuff. Why are you planting clothes? You know what? No, this is your garden. I'm letting you have it. The Flintstone go to that floor too. And a small garden space here. I should fill in this space. Fine. Yeah. And I can do rake. That's all. Okay. I need some lights. Down here. I might as well start working on this. This hole. Yeah, I think anything within striking. I want to create a bathhouse eventually too. We'll make some room dividers. Don't have to make actual rooms. Make a divider. That would work. Yeah, okay. The saffron? Tiny. Basically the same size as when it starts, just spread out. Yes. We like saffron. It's pretty. I'm gonna have to use this there. Now, we are going to do... Might as well get more granite. Mildly, yes. I can probably just trim that out, right? Oh, shit. Talking mushroom. Apparently, by doing that, I also destroyed a lot. Not exactly what I was aiming for, but... Okay. So now I can put in some trim around the edge. So we can match the rest of the tavern. In. we are going to put in 1, 2, there, 4. That should eliminate the space pretty nicely. And then we're going back to the conifer. Okay. I don't think I can. The doors won't be able to, well, the doors can. The doors can rotate, so I can rotate the doors to fit this space. I just have to figure it out. Okay. I'm going to need bed, furniture, oh, reading outside in real life and reading outside in the game. Yeah, blacksmith I think has what I want, which is decorative sign. May not have the metal or the charcoal. Actually, is the part that has it? I've only seen these. I'd like to be able to do bronze, but what we got, right, bronze should be done though downstairs. Now that we should have a pile of bronze. Good. I don't know if we have any more. Oh, we don't have any charcoal probably. We need charcoal. Oh. Have more charcoal here. Probably put it here. Make more copper. More copper, then we can create more rocks. Okay. I don't have any charcoal on me. Right. Okay. That's moving in a minute. So I take stone. Go. That way I can make the doors I want to use. The stone doors. I don't think I want to do the round doors forever. Stone doors. Then polished wood cabinet, polished wood cabinet, two polished wood shelves. Side tables. Chairs. I did have some fossils I wanted to put up. I think I can actually just put this fossils directly into the facility. Okay. The first of these stone doors is supposed to go in here. I need to narrow both sides slightly. fly with it. Alright, so the small boss is making one of the gas the elevated series. Cool. That door. So I can rotate it how I reach. I take the top off, narrow the sides. Okay. Top is just about right. I need the sides to be more narrow, though. More narrow sides. Okay. I also need to put in some more granite. Move this one. Put in more limestone. Okay. That seems about right. Oop, I'll have to need to narrow the sides again. Yeah, I can narrow the sides just a little bit more on one side or the other. Okay. Yeah. Okay, so I can sort of see the light through, but that should be fine. So we're gonna need to put this in place. Wooden cupboard, go up on the edge, right next to this one. There we go. And then rotate back to the first thing. We need a bed to be put in here. I think we need to cut some more out of the ceiling. Cool. Chairs, side table. Side table here. Rotate the chair there. This one can go on the table slightly. This is another side table, but we can't use it right now. Like, these can be rotated slightly. That's great, but I can't do the same to the banners, which is a little odd. Wanna come see the room? Wanna come see the room? Yeah, I thought so. Oh yeah, well I need more flintstone for that. I need to finish the flintstone over to here. You have the flintstone, so... You just need to make it from this spot here when I'm standing all the way across. That's fair. We might have to go harvest some more flintstone when we're not streaming. It's almost about time to be done too. I was gonna get candles, I thought. No, there's anything else in this. Light a path. It's a fire. I think that's good though. I'm really happy with that. I actually made something that was circular in nature, and not just circular by like octagonal or hex. It looks a little bit more round and natural in there. I like it. Hard to do with square blocks mostly. I do need to put on some smaller like items like plates, bowls, jars, urns, and stuff in various places, but I think we've done pretty well. Time to do the next room. Remember that garden is supposed to have like seating and tables and stuff. Because it's supposed to be like a place for people to go and eat, like a cafe. That's what that is. So that for that direction. This seems about the right side. This way. Okay, now we go up. I could use the tools to make this look more even, but I'm looking for that natural kind of like looks like it's been hewn out of the rock kind of a look. I think it looks pretty good once it gets done too. So. It gives everything kind of its own unique kind of natural layer. More granite. Oh, I'm running low on granite now. I'll have to go get more granite eventually. Won't be too long, actually. Alright, back to the grindstone. The biggest thing is the granite, that the granite paving requires so much resource. Because it's so deep. Okay, and then I need to create lighting requires go. Sorry. And then I need to do once again conifer. Go. there. There we go. That goes there. That's fine, I guess. This room's gonna look a little weird. There's that. There's that. There's that. I think I should go this way. Look kind of natural. Oh, nope. There we go. I think that's fine. Finish this off with that. There. Okay, that's a little better. I can actually probably remove that. That. Bed. Kind of an alcove, which kind of looks neat. Table. Chair. Shelf. It's slightly tilted. I need to G. That's actually flush. Wow. Just need some more stuff in this room as well. Now this room is done except for the door, which I need to figure out. That. That. Another sideways door. I'm probably gonna have to put in some more on the sides if I had to guess. Might be a touch narrow. We'll see. Let's go get our door and some shelves. Not shelves. Dressers. And my little paths over here. Oh no. There we go. Oh, it's so nice to have all the shaders done already. Nice. You haven't had any stuttering, if you haven't noticed, Miller. You notice that? Okay. She is too absorbed in her building, apparently. I'm actually gonna put a stone bench in that room, along with. I could do these, but I don't have enough luminous growth to make more of those. So yeah, the best bet is these. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And all to work. Let's see if those are small enough. If not, I'll just have them phase spaces. I wanted one large polished cupboard. Oh, it's nighttime already. In a really cool little space. So we want to do why is that having a problem? There's one. There's two. This is where number 3 will go. It kind of works, actually. It actually kind of worked really well. Should I tweak them a little bit? Wow, I think I should find slight fade through. Yeah, like that. And here we have a bench by the door. And we will have what do you mean? I'm looking at what you're doing right now. Well, I was kind of thinking of having, like, maybe we'll have to extend this. How about we make a path through the garden? And then we'll extend the ground around the garden. And that's where we will have, like, our tables will be around the garden. In the center of the garden, perhaps instead of just having this path, have a kind of a slightly raised space for where the bard can perform. So it'd be like the bard sitting in the garden performing music for like garden party. Do I have anything else I can place? No. Okay. So it's just the door. It's pretty tight, actually. I wonder if I should remove top needs a little bit. Top needs a little work. It's such a tight fit there. I think I need to take a little bit off. Not there. Just there, I just think that's all I need. Yes. Yes, 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 yes. It clips that. I should probably push it a little bit more. either way, it's going to have some level of problem. Because I'm critting and severely. Okay, so yeah, I have to take that out. I'm sorry. I did not want to tell you that. Alright. Come take a look. See what you think. Right behind you. Another tavern room done. Just in time. Good thing. I think we did a really good job so far in this place, though. It's very tropical somehow. It's a little of a highland. We get some water down here. Really cool to get the water down past. Doubt it's possible. It's gonna probably fall straight down. At least during the night, it's pretty obvious there's something over there. Once we extend that ground around out there, make the stairs up. I suppose I could, no, couldn't make the stairs inside. Could do a ladder. No, I want to do a stairs. I want to do stairs up to the next area. Have it cut back more in. I'll have it cut back more into the make like a ceiling to the first floor, and then that way the second rooms will be slightly back further than the first rooms, and we'll have like a rooftop thing that will go across there, where it will cut a grove in and go into like a not master, but like a residential king suite, since we are in a kingdom. All the ominous colors out there. I kind of want to see what our town looks like from a distance. Let's go to the... Before we close out the day, we're going to go to the ancient spire and just kind of look at what we've accomplished from a distance. So, over there. You can clearly see something's over there. I guess the lighting isn't as strong as far. But you can definitely tell something's over there. I think maybe when the tower gets taller, put more windows in the stone, it might look a little different. Well, we have goals, don't we? Definitely have goals there. Alright. Well, everybody, I hope you've enjoyed watching. I have enjoyed playing, as always. We've almost got, I would say, about half of the tavern done. We got our first couple rooms. We've got the main lobby. Kind of got some bathroom space. I think we need to do some, of course, small decorations throughout. We did the platforms over here, roads construction, including most of the way to get back up here from down there, which you didn't see. That was yesterday. Not yesterday, but Tuesday. So we got some road. We've got the tavern itself. Tavern. small things will need to be done in there. Each of the rooms will need small things done to them. And then we'll need the third room put in. This will definitely be fixed. We'll extend the ground around this area, and then put a tables on all the, what do you call it, the west side of the garden. Hopefully creating a platform in the center here for our bard friend. Putting a small table out here, maybe like a couple small, maybe the small table where this is right now. The small table with some chairs, and then putting a table really close to the edge of this walkway here with some chairs on top of it to kind of show that it's not currently in use. Yeah, and then we'll do a stairwell over here that's going to go up. And right up there, I'm gonna cut into the rock wall and keep cutting in until I have a decent space, probably about this wide, to create like a patio or a deck. And then I will make 3 more rooms up there. I will create a bridge. Probably, well, if I, like ideally I would just create like a suspension bridge. I don't think they actually have options for that in this game right now. So I will have to create, I'll probably create a terrain bridge. I'll probably need to get out of the terrain, make it look like the natural sandstone or limestone to go across, and then use some rope fences across. Then over there will be the king's suite, which will be really cool. It'll have its own little bathroom, a bedroom, which will be separate from its main living room. Should be able to get that all to fit in there, even if I have to do like different elevations. Like I might do the bedroom slightly above and off to one side of the main room, and then the bathroom off. There will be a bathroom off the king's room and bathroom off the main room. Basically, it's going to be a really cool place. I want to put some windows that have that look out over, you know, the view that we have here, which is really pretty. And then, yeah, I might even put another little jump pad up there so I can go up there and show that off. The last thing we'll do, and this will probably be next week, as I mentioned, all the things I just mentioned will probably be next week, starting Tuesday again. We'll probably clean up this space down here. We can't go any further with the building space. Those orange rings, that's as far as we can go. So we'll probably have to do some like terrace work here. It'll be a lot of terraforming. But once it's done, I should have a nice little way of jumping up all the way to here with the hook shot or a double jump. Probably not double jump, because it will probably allow enemies to get this. Just the hook shot to get all the way up here. I'll need at least one more platform. And that way we'll have that all finished. Ideally, we'll be able to do the water feature that I had initially planned, and it will come out and cascade kind of over the edge towards where the tower is, and it'll be this really pretty kind of like view from down below, and also from the tavern. The whole point of this waterfall will be kind of like the tavern will be behind the waterfall, should all things work out the way I want. Yeah, so that's kind of the plan I have in mind. Doing all of this is mostly to get the bard out of the tower, as well as the collector. No, the collector is going to be on the 3rd floor of the tower, never mind. So this is just get the bard of the tower, also add a place for a couple of our non-crafting NPCs to live. And once we're done with this, and then the space down there, we will go ahead and work on the 3rd floor of the tower, where the collector will end up residing. And I actually might put Lume, or whatever her name is, the Lunar New Year craft artisan. I might put her down here too. Rarely use her. She is interesting. She does have some interesting stuff like those dragons. But I think we'll put her down here too. So that will get rid of 2 of the 3 people we have in the tower that we need to get moved around. So then we'll only be left with the collector, who will be the 3rd floor of the tower, and the hunter, whose house we still haven't quite figured out where she's going. Potentially, an idea that ran through my mind. Originally, Blood Moon Wolfie was to create the housing for the hunter, but I believe Blood Moon Wolfie is probably very, very busy in college in the next few months, so it will be unlikely for her to be able to join us. This little building here doesn't really quite fit the architecture we've created as well, so we'll probably remove most of this here. And if Blood Moon wants to take the time to do so, we might put the Hunter's Lodge behind my house, kind of in that nook over there, and leave this space to be converted into where the water feature is going to cascade out over where our tavern is. And that would be the last of our craftspeople to need a space to live. Right now, although they're not super fancy up here, Blacksmith has his room, Carpenter has his room, and we will eventually get the NPCs that will match them, like their assistants, or they're just straight up NPCs. Their assistants are NPCs, and these are the main people. Assistants are kind of like, if you see them, you get the access to the same stuff that your craftspeople can do, and they're kind of like more fun characters, like his daughter, for example, or I believe his Aunt Braylon. So they might get their own separate houses at some point. Or, making more sense, we'd probably make a couple small houses for individuals that match these two. Because let's be fair, if your daughter is in her 20s, possibly 30s, probably not wanting to live with dad at home. So probably having her own spot is probably a good idea. That will probably expand this area over here behind and around where the blacksmith and the carpenter are, into at least one small home, maybe two. And then the water feature, like I said, will go cascading over top of this. Maybe we'll dig a hole through this and then line it to be kind of like a sewer thing. Have water run down through and over. We'll see how that plays out. But again, yeah, we'll have to have a few places for non-essential NPCs. I think it would be nice to bring all of them. Eventually, I do believe there is plans for the developers to increase the size of the altars by at least one more level, level 5. I think maybe even level 6. I'm pretty sure level 5 is in the works. And when that happens, that'll be great. Another thing I have to kind of tinker with doing is putting ivy and flowers around the buildings down there, which we'll get to after we get all the rooms built, after we get all the tables put together, all the small items put onto tables, put in rooms, stashed away. We'll go ahead and we'll do more of the flower, small decorations. So, next week, Tuesday, will be a normal stream day. I will be playing, hopefully, with Avalon Wisdom again. If not, playing by myself. The whole goal of that stream will be to do the rest of the tavern rooms, including the king's room. If we have to, we'll start work. If we have time, we'll start working on more of the garden and doing the table setting. If we don't, because Avalon Wisdom's there working on the project, we'll just go ahead and start getting plates and jugs and urns and start small decorating all of the spaces down there to look more lived in, summoning the people that need to be there. And then we will proceed to ivy and flower the spaces down there to give them a little bit more similarity and lived-in status. Once we're done with that, again, probably Wednesday or Thursday next week, we'll be working on the 3rd floor of the tower. Now, through all this time, there may be, and Wednesday might be the day, that we go out and we just do some quests. Finish up some of these things that are over here, like the Sun Temple stories and whatnot. Go a little further, music sheets, beehive smoker. We already have the beehive, but, you know, that's just a little bit. Oh, Fabugus, it's nice to see you. I will add you, sure. It'll be nice to have some additional people around. So, yeah. So these might happen Wednesday. That we might take a break from doing building on Wednesday and do quests. At some point, I will be running around doing harvesting of resources. I put some markers down so that we can find them, like iron, clay, copper, zinc, amethyst, all that fun stuff. Um, we also have another couple shroud routes to go do to get some more skill points so we can maximize more of our potential. But yeah, that's all going to be happening next week. The biggest thing we want to get done is the tavern. Once the tavern's done, we can plan on what's happening after the tavern. But the tavern and clearing up the Nomad Highlands will probably be the highest on the list. So, thank you everybody so much for watching. Enjoyed yourselves, and if you have, I'll be happy. Please subscribe and follow. Follow for sure. Subscribe if you can. If you have an Amazon Prime again, you can always subscribe for free every single month. If you do that, that's great. It helps me with the dollars and changes, which I love, and it gives me more time to stream for you guys. I will see you all next week. Goodbye, everybody.